Welcome to the Divorce Devil Podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Rachel. Follow us as we dive into all the positive and negatives of post-divorce recovery. Stay tuned for some real and sometimes raw end-of-the-road divorce topics. Please put on your big pants because we're full of honesty, authenticity, and irrefutable truths.
This progressive podcast ain't for the faint-hearted. Enjoy. Everybody out there too. Divorce Devil, episode 68.
It would not be a podcast without me laughing.
Gosh.
Oh, next time 69. 69. It'll have to be a sex one. It'll have to be a sex one, of course.
We have Angela back on the mic.
Hey, everybody.
She's
she's got some stories.
In it to win it. So everybody out there think that you're all alone trying to get your divorce. We're gonna have Angela speak to starting getting it on. Well, not get it on.
Well, she can if you want.
Well, not get it on.
I probably won't.
Yep. Talk about that.
We're not going to get it on here.
No. Talk about getting it on.
Oh, okay.
Talk about getting it on. And go from there.
That's a whole different story.
Well, we want to send a shout out to Pete for listening. Pete and Jeff for our two good listeners, and everybody else out there. Send a like, smash the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let us know what you want to hear. Right? Hello, don't look at me with a blank face. You got nothing right now.
I'm like, wait, we're doing a podcast right now.
Yes, podcast right now. Come with me.
You start talking about likes and shares, and I'm like, oh, I really need some like ice cream. I'm like, what am I missing in my life? Like, share with me. I had a busy day.
Anyway, so a couple of months ago, we had Angela came and shared her. Yes, you did. You smashed my toe. Sorry. Angela came and shared her beginning of divorce story, and now she's in the middle of it. So let's turn the mic over to Angela.
Actually, it's a big day. It's a big day for her.
Big day for her. So, Angela, you have the floor.
It's a big day today because I actually filed for divorce today. I paid all the money, handed over my papers, and they were like, perfect, beautiful. I was like, thank you.
Because you were waiting for them to say, no, something's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were, weren't you?
It was like you were handing in a report at school.
I totally felt like I was handing in a report.
Or going to the principal and like, I'm going to get divorced.
I 100% felt like I was at the principal's office. Yeah. And so when I walked up and the guy comes over and he's like, can I see your paperwork? I'm like, yes, you can. Look at it. Is it okay?
I get an A.
He's got his little blue gloves on and he's like, perfect. And I'm thinking, okay, it's good. And then I went up to the little counter and handed it to the next guy, and he's like, beautiful. And I said, well, thanks. I am.
Did you walk out, like with a John Travolta strut?
Yeah, I kind of did, actually.
Okay, all right.
And then there was this hot guy, like, around the corner.
You know you're ready for a divorce.
We are trying to get a divorce, and we're looking at the hot guy around the corner.
You know you're ready.
Who also was filing paperwork, and I was like, oh, no, too soon. What? I don't think
jumped on it.
Get up on it. Get down on it.
Get down on it.
There you go.
He was totally my type too.
Yeah. I mean, maybe drove away from the courthouse. That would have been like, okay.
Just wait for him at the door.
Be like, so.
Hey, big spender.
I know. Guess what? I know what you're going through.
And I can help you with page 2.
Yeah.
And here's how you get page 3 taken care of.
And mine was beautiful. Perfect.
Perfect.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful.
I'm a star.
So where did you go to learn how to get the paperwork together? What was your help? Did you go online? Did you have someone help you? What was the deal?
Well, so originally my ex was going to take care of it. And so he did like a shit ton of paperwork, a ton. And then it was me. I think eventually I was like, I just got to go get this taken care of. So I went down to the courthouse, stood in the line with all these other sad people. But what I didn't realize is that there's other sad people doing other sad things, not just getting divorced.
Yeah, I was getting divorced, yeah.
Which made me feel better because then I was like, well, not everybody's sad.
Going through divorce is all about me feeling better. Like you needed those moments like I feel better because your divorce is worse than mine.
Yeah.
Going to the courthouse like going to the DMV. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like this. Yeah.
It's like the highs of the high.
Yeah. So when I was in line the first time, I had no idea what I was doing. And so the woman was super kind. Like everyone's been super kind at the courthouse. Yeah. And they handed me this giant packet, and we talked about like, is it going to be amicable? Is it not going to be amicable? Are you going to have to serve him? And so the lady handed me a packet, pulled out 2 pages of the packet, and was like, these are the 2 you need to do. So I went out, sat down, like the sad little man that I was just referring to earlier, the hot guy getting divorced.
Sad little man who was hot.
He was totally hot.
Hot. Sad man.
Hey, hot man at the courthouse, are you out there?
Yeah, you're out there.
There's an acronym for that somewhere. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, so everybody's really kind and helpful and encouraging, even though it's kind of a shitty situation. And actually, when I was there filing my beautiful, perfect paperwork, there were 2 guys next to me who were not having such a good day with their paperwork. But they were equally as nice and helpful. And
So you were judging paperwork?
yeah.
You were judging paperwork and hot guys at the courthouse.
You're rating them and judging their paperwork.
You're trying to get your shit together, but you're rating hot guys and paperwork at the courthouse.
Just the one. I mean,
you had to have looked at the other ones.
they were gross.
Oh, see?
okay.
So she was judging hard.
Yep, judging.
Yeah, there was a lot of judging. But I strut out of there like, I did this. I'm good.
You can tell by the way I use my paperwork. I'm a ladies' man. No time to talk.
And I didn't ask him for a date in the same sentence.
No, I didn't.
You should have, man.
I know. I totally should have talked to him.
Every opportunity is a lost opportunity.
Yes.
That
Dang
you
it.
don't take the
And
opportunity.
that's been my motto. Like,
But
don't
there'll
miss
be
an
more,
opportunity.
though.
Yeah.
Hey, but there'll be more. There'll be more and more
There's so
opportunities.
many.
It felt too soon and too sad for him.
Aw, I feel like we need
Yeah,
that.
you could have cheered his ass up. Cheered his
You could have
happy
made
ass
his
up.
day
I
better.
could have like rubbed his cute little beard.
Oh, he had a beard.
Be like,
had a
you're
little
so
beard."
cute.
Beards are the thing. Beards are the thing.
Okay, that's your thing now.
Dang.
Okay, she's got a thing now.
Beard and
Beards.
then spank that ass. Sorry.
Yeah, that'll do too.
Thank you, please. Can I have another?
Like, make it sting.
Yes, just leave a 5-star.
Anyway, so after you left the courthouse, you felt so good about yourself. And so what can you tell others? Say, hey, get in there, get it done. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I think that's totally the thing, is to get in there and get it done like you're turning in an assignment.
Rip the Band-Aid
you
off.
just have to rip the Band-Aid off. Because
Yeah.
if you, like for me, I was getting to the point where I was thinking about it a lot, and it was giving me anxiety and stomach aches and
Wow.
and I felt really terrible. I really did. Like
Yeah.
this past week has been like, I really got to the point where I was like, I've said I'm going to leave. I've moved out. I have a condo. I have life shit getting in order, but this one thing hadn't happened yet. And
and that's
I
the
think,
most important thing of all.
well, and I think that I've let other people control me.
Yeah.
And so this is one thing that I 100% in control of, which feels really good.
Yeah.
So do it. Just no matter how you feel about yourself or paperwork
And
or
it's
whatever.
going to have shitty days, too.
Yeah.
After you fire, like, okay, great, I did it. And then tomorrow you're like, oh,
What the fuck?
yesterday I filed for divorce. And then
Yeah.
2 days from now you're like, oh, I filed for divorce. Or it could be a week from now you'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, this is real.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Ebb
real.
and flows. Ebb and
And
flows.
we've always talked too about the when the I've failed hits you.
Yes.
And it hits you early, it hits you middle, it hits you 2 years later, like. But then it also, like we said too, is like I had a special event happen that would normally be like, oh, my anniversary, and I was just like, oh, okay. Where like now it's the first time after I filed divorce, I have an anniversary coming up. First time after I filed for a divorce. Then it's, oh, first court date we had. Then it's the second court date.
Yep.
And then it's, oh, it's officially done. And then it's the first day after, the first important date after the divorce. And there's just things that happen like the death or, anytime
and they
you're
become
grieving.
less and less and less because time marches on. It doesn't stop.
And healthy healing, taking that step and
Yeah.
being like, pulling the trigger saying, hey, I'm not going to take this anymore. So, tomorrow could be, and then tomorrow you have another big day.
Yes. I get to move into
Out
out of her place. It's
Into
going to be
her own.
into my very own place. Yes. It's going to be so great. No more shitty shower, trickle.
And the heat works. The heat works.
No more
Yes.
sauna or Arctic tundra.
It's a little chilly right now. I walk in and although the season is changing, it's still a little chilly. It's kind of miserable still, but I'm like, this is it. I get to move. It's going to be
There you
over.
go.
Tomorrow.
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 I love you.
Tomorrow.
A fine day.
Yeah, we should stop singing.
Yeah.
That's fine. We can stop singing.
We'll stop
terrible.
singing tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. So, what was your, so today you've had some stuff before that you said this last week was tough. Was it because you knew you were filing today, or was it other things that, okay, now I'm taking that next step to be by myself, or, what do you think that most difficult time was this last week?
It's kind of weird because after your last podcast with the hurt and disappointment,
Yeah.
I really started to think about that and at first I thought people were hurting me, or the situation was hurting me, but I've also realized that I've done a lot of hurting of other people.
Oop, we helped somebody. Yay!
That's what that was. No, seriously though, it really has made me think, and
Made my heart feel good.
it's changed
I
my
know.
perspective.
Oh.
100%, it's changed my perspective because
One person.
Yep.
Yes.
Yay!
and I gotta not hurt people.
Yeah.
Yep.
In turn, which hurts me then too.
Yep.
And that goes into different things too. We also say you have a child, you have family members that are his that you may not now talk to. Or there's a lot of things that come into that hurt and disappointment. And you have to also, I say, take your stake in it. What have I used as a weapon to that person? Or, something triggered me and how did I react? And I think as you go through it, you're triggering of other people's emotions because your hurt becomes less vengeful and becomes more, I'm doing this for me, other than forgiveness. Never forgiveness.
Let's ask her, Angela. What do you think about forgiveness?
It's interesting. I've actually thought about that too. Because I think
Another one helped her?
Another one helped her.
Oh, good job. Play the music.
Say it.
Hold on.
Nice.
And again, I think I said last time that for me, it's not about forgiveness. I don't feel like I have to forgive anything.
Yeah. But do you think that forgiveness is different in divorce than it would be someone didn't, I don't know, at work, someone didn't do what they were supposed to, and now you have to pick up the slack. I forgive them. They were probably busy. That is different than I forgive you for making me want to divorce you. Or I forgive you for using our child against me. I forgive you for saying shitty things that made me feel like this, and now I have to react angrily or whatever. So I think I still don't like the word forgiveness, but I feel like I have gone through what people would describe forgiveness as.
So for me, I think it's about who's apologetic and sorry in the situation. And two things have happened in the last couple of weeks where I've hurt somebody, I'm going to cry, and they've hurt me.
Yeah.
And we've had to talk that through.
Yeah.
And I've had to ask for forgiveness. I'm sorry I did that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what friends are for.
Someone besides me is crying on the podcast?
I know.
Oh.
my God.
On. Wow.
Play all the music.
This is just crazy.
Shut up, Jeff. Pete.
Wow.
No, and it's okay. And I think that goes with healing.
Oh, 100%.
Saying, I had a narcissistic husband, or I had someone that was always mean to me, my mother-in-law. I had this and that and whatever. But I also take my reactions to how they treated me, or how, to say, I'm sorry. But taking my stake and saying I'm sorry, they don't have to forgive me. They can just whatever, they always do, oh, I'm the bad guy.
But forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you. It's
Shut
for
it.
you.
I need you to just shut your
It's
mouth
for
right
you.
now.
Because you don't want to spend that energy in those parking spaces.
Yes.
Put in those parking spaces, those people
But
in those parking spaces.
but I
You just gotta
think
let it go.
too, a lot of, especially when you're early and you want someone to be sorry that
Yep,
you
you
had
do.
to make this decision.
Yep.
And if you just fuck you, I don't fucking care, I give no fucks, move along.
That makes it easy.
It does make it easy.
And that's part of forgiveness, making it easy.
That face. That was so good. I like that.
It is what it is, sweetie. It is.
But
Oh, we could go on and on about that.
meh.
Yeah.
We could.
I actually listened to it the other day because I'm maybe I've grown since.
Again?
this.
You keep
I love
listening to it,
I
don't
love
you?
it. I'm gonna. If I had a record, I would have worn it out. But yeah, so I I think because it's just ingrained in me that a forgiveness is when someone else is sorry. And I've never really heard a sorry from anybody.
I don't
Like
want
a
to sorry
sincere
from
one.
anybody.
You know? But once I get to that, where I'm just like, you know what? I don't really fucking care what they say or how they feel. I'm still going to live the happiest life I have and the experience, this life that I have, where I am in the ultimate act, and my act 2. It's like amazing because I don't give a fuck.
So from my standpoint of forgiveness, which I'm going to move from a little bit, is forgiveness is for me, and I don't need them to say that they're sorry, because I want to go on with my life and just put that behind me. Because men compartmentalize better than women, big time. So that's a compartment. It's like psh, that compartment is underground, in the water, gone.
Well, and I think it comes with women. It's we connect to people on so many emotional levels, and to that blank. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry.
You didn't mean it. You didn't mean it.
God, you're so rude to me. Oh my God, why didn't you tell me we were wearing pink today? You know, like stuff like that. Like I'm upset because I didn't know the wardrobe. It's because I'm so connected to this people that I feel hurt, and they should be like, I'm sorry for, not including you. I didn't know. Actually, that's me. And again, I should give no fucks that I have this feeling.
But you're too young to give no fucks. You got to be
25,
old. You got to be old to give no fucks.
I feel like I give no fucks all the time, though.
Yeah, but not back in the day, though. Not back when you were in it. You gave lots of fucks.
Yeah.
Because that's why it got to you all the time.
Yeah. Well, and I think, moving here from somewhere else and not knowing who your people were and who I can trust and who I can talk to and who I can tell my stuff to. Because I tell some people my stuff and they'd like right away tell everybody. I'm like, oh, well, I don't really like that person anymore. And then there's some like, okay, well, now I know that those people are genuine. And I think it goes along with anything. When you're going through divorce, someone that's been through it, I think that's why we've really connected, is you can talk to Lance. You can talk to me. And it's one of those things. You're getting the male perspective, my perspective. Yep. And it's do your thing. Be happy. Whatever that takes to be happy. And you're not always going to be
happy,
but you're going to be in a happy place. So then your healing is in that.
Easier.
Yeah.
And happily learning.
Yeah. And actively listening. Shit I do. Yeah. Yeah.
What else do you have on that pad?
She's got notes, folks.
She's got notes.
You can tell she does a really important job.
Yeah. She's organized.
She's so organized. Her thoughts right here are like...
Kind of like Rachel. Crickets.
All right.
I'm organized when I need to be.
So let's have story time.
Oh,
let's have story time. We'll see
Can
where this takes us.
I have a blankie and some hot cocoa?
Here you go, babe.
Thanks.
There you go. All right. So on Saturday, I get a call from her. And she is at U-Haul with my stuff in a U-Haul truck. Calls me up and says, hey.
She is the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
she lives in her apartment.
So they're in the process of packing all of my stuff. In fact, she is packing all of my stuff. She has packed all of my stuff, all of my clothes, all of my furniture. Wow, you're cute. Okay.
He put my sunglasses on, folks. You see him online.
I'm not as distracted as you.
I totally am. And then I saw myself in this picture of him.
Stop looking at yourself.
I love myself.
So cute. So anyway, she calls me. She says, come help me unload your stuff and put it into a storage shed. I am moving in a week. Could they have not left the stuff in the
4
shed?
days? Like, could you not left?
It was like 4 days. Yeah. Yep. So I go help her unload. It's bananas because, well, who does that?
Who packs up someone else's shit that you moved into her fucking house?
And my dad's stuff too. So when my dad passed, she packed up all of his stuff too. So
I would have fought her. I would have been like, don't touch my dad's stuff, biatch.
Yeah.
Sorry. Look at his face.
It's hard.
I would have been like, you're stronger than me, girl.
But it's almost all in the past. It's almost over. It's
well,
that's the best part.
Everything that's happened since right this second is in the past. And now you know what? Now we can laugh about it.
Because that's a no fucks given situation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
I wish I could coin the phrase or copyright it or trademark it, but a lot of people.
That hat, yeah. You were like, boom.
Yeah, I'm totally, yeah. I mean, I was slow to the game. But, so how did it end? Did you just like tell her like fuck off? Or?
No. Oh, no, I'm too nice. No, so I helped.
Okay, so that will change.
It will change.
You'll be like,
okay.
Fuck you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
No, it turns out to no, thank you. That won't work for me today, but thanks for asking.
Not today, ho.
Yeah.
Not today,
That's
ho.
what you do.
Okay, words. I
Yeah.
got okay words. I like
Yep.
that. That's
I
good.
love the monotone, no affect, talk to the other person like, yeah, no. Mm-mm. Yeah. Okay. Or the Cheshire, what is it, Cheshire cat?
Yep.
Cheshire, Alice in Wonder cat. We had a cat at work today. Just came to visit. Sorry, random squirrel moment.
Totally fine.
All the ladies ran out to see the cat. Whatever. Okay, where was
Ladies running after pussy. But anyway,
I have so many comments.
go ahead, Angela. Go ahead.
So yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about. Damn cat.
Still getting dick pics.
You can take it. You can make a book eventually. You know what you should
I
do?
was going to tell you this last night. Yes. Yeah.
So has your affinity and your experience in online dating gotten more efficient?
Is it less time consuming?
Yeah.
Or more time?
Well, because I'm like not
More
really
selective.
engaging as much.
Okay.
Because
That's-
it's fucking
Like
terrible.
it,
So,
like
yeah,
it,
when
like
you
it wore
first-
off. Like
yeah.
it wore off.
Well, yeah, because I found a few or one or few
Yeah. So,
just to talk to.
well, in the beginning, it's like, yes. Oh, yeah. And then you're like, these people have the brain of an amoeba.
Yeah. And the vocabulary of one too.
Yeah.
Hey,
Being-
words overrated, okay?
If you spell being, BEEN, you're a scammer.
Being?
Like, how have you being today? Are
like,
you
like
being
human being or
yeah.
being?
They spell it BEEN. Apparently, that's you're like a scammer from another country trying to get gift cards or some shit. Yeah.
So
Signs.
So you got more efficient, or it's just worn off, basically.
It's more worn off just because it's trashy and I don't like it feeling that way.
Yeah.
I want to feel good about myself.
Yeah. And I think early in dating, you're just like, tell me I'm pretty.
Yes. Tell me I'm pretty
and buy me
Yes.
dinner. Tell me I'm pretty.
Buy me dinner.
Take
Yes.
me somewhere out of this sadness.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you all about my sadness. And then you're like, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Let me stroke your beard, and everything's fine.
Yes.
Random dude at the
Random dude at
the courthouse.
At the courthouse. Let me stroke your beard.
Oh no, there's one out there. He knows who he is.
Oh, you gonna send him the podcast?
It's on the podcast.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo woo. Getting our feelers out.
Stroke me, stroke me. Stroke.
Don't have a stroke.
The guy's is like, I'm 45, 93.
Luckily, that isn't.
So, it's just funny when you said the dick pics, I keep seeing this commercial for, it's like, I've made these books for every day of the month. You should send them to like Snapfish and be like, make this little chat book.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what you'd get. You're like, these are inappropriate. Beautiful, but why are they shaped so weird?
But, don't you think they would put like one of those CSI rulers next to it so you could, have like a reference point?
Have you ever met a guy that can measure accurately? I haven't.
No. Because they
Exactly.
think this is 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I've heard the fish stories. Like,
Yep.
I caught a fish this big. Nope.
It was a perch.
That's a sunny.
But
Goldfish pond.
But size is overrated, they tell me. Crickets.
Listen here. Listen.
Oh goodness, I've never heard her angry.
that was her. That was a pay attention voice. Listen to me.
You remember the 4 octaves lower?
Yeah, listen.
That is a lie.
They lie to you.
Size matters.
No, it's the connection.
Maury Povich says that is a lie.
It's the connection. It's the way they hold
soft
your
serve.
It's how
hand.
far the connection goes. It's got to be one of those really good plugs. Like the 10 footer, the 3-foot cord, I like to measure.
She's measuring. Nice.
I can measure. I know what that means.
So let's get back to the podcast.
That would be a really good marketing thing if we just made divorce rulers.
Rulers.
Oh yeah.
Anybody out there want to market those for us? We will gladly take those.
But would they be miniature?
We'll have
or
a man
oversized?
side and a lady side. What
Oh, yeah.
a man thinks 6 inches is and what an
Yes.
accurate 6 inches is.
Well done.
Oh yes.
Yep.
I've coined that, copyrighted, whatever. Registered, trademark.
LLC.
I'm going to stay out of the YMCA gym. Okay. Look at that old guy. Sweet.
I mean, if it's cold, we'll give you a little exception. What else you got on your paper? She's like skimming her notes.
Yeah, skim those notes.
Is that in case you get lost?
I'm healing myself.
Oh.
That one right there?
No, the address on the back. New house.
These divorce notes are mine. Please send them back to you.
If lost, please return to someone besides me.
Please return these stories to me. You don't want them.
Wow, I found these stories in the street.
They're so juicy. We should write a book.
I only have one page.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
More than one page, folks. And notes. And I didn't see any posted, so we're okay.
Color-coded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So what's your next steps? So you went to the courthouse, you filed. Your next step, I'm that boom, I'm going straight ahead. Yes.
Yeah, go.
If you only listen, you need to really go over to YouTube and check this guy out with my sunglasses on. I mean, fabuloso.
So your next steps.
Okay, next steps. Well,
Besides moving.
they give you the little form that says call in on this day. I don't know what happens then. What happens then, Rachel?
They'll tell you a court date, generally. Or they'll send you paperwork saying, hey, your court date's on this day. Be there at this time.
So they serve him for you then.
No. It's amicable, so there's no serving.
Okay.
So they both are aware, basically, it says.
Yeah.
And so they'll say, it takes this much time, call on this date, and we will give you a court date to be in person. Well, we did ours in Zoom because of COVID. And then, can you make it? Yes. Can you make it? Yes.
Okay.
And then,
So that's my next steps.
yeah.
But tomorrow is the move. That's huge for me.
It's almost like letting go of the past.
Yes.
Yep.
And then you get to organize your own thing and
Yes.
decorate your own way.
It's your shit.
Have a housewarming party.
I know. Party.
And we'll bring...
Yeah.
We'll do the podcast from there.
Yes.
See how in sync we are? It's like literally
we'll do
the same
podcast
wavelength
there.
right here.
Yeah. And
We
have a
need to
bunch
get
of
remote
divorced
mics.
people. I have some.
Oh,
God damn it. He's
it's
comparing.
gonna happen.
Hello.
I mean, I would love to do some street interviews too. Are you divorced? No.
Kind
Fuck you.
of like street tacos.
I'm just going to wear this.
But you're hot
Are you
and have a beard.
divorced?
Are you divorced?
Hi, this is the speed dating round.
Are you divorced?
We have a friend for you. Would you like to phone a friend? Do you have a beard? How much money do you make? What kind of car do you drive?
Yeah.
Will you make her happy?
got
Do you need a
cowboy
ruler?
boots? Are you good at math?
How were you at the measuring part in elementary school? Oh, goodness. That's funny. Next.
Let's see. What kind of story would you like?
Juicy.
We know you just had a little emotional thing. I don't know. We don't know what is it pertaining to, and you don't have to share it. But what... So you said you're slowing down on dating.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was that turning point for you? Like, it's literally like, you're talking to 6 guys. You got to remember which one you met them on, how you do, where we're going, blah, 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 this and that. And then it's like, yeah, no, I don't like this. What was that for you?
Well,
Weren't you the one where the guy came to your work?
oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yes.
Yuck.
He's gone, right?
Oh, so gone.
Yeah, okay.
That was a block delete instantaneous.
That was a shred, block delete.
So
Move the school.
one thing I'm discovering about myself is that I'm trying to go after the unattainable,
Yeah.
which is not a good quality
Yeah.
for me. I don't know why.
I'm trying to
Why?
Like trying to make something work that you know that shouldn't work or
Or can't.
can't work.
Didn't work.
You dating married men? What's happening?
I don't know. Am I? Hello?
So
Hello?
She had to look. She's
Hello?
like, wait, I don't know.
think the hardest thing for me during that time was to cut bait quick.
Yes.
That's a tough
Don't
one.
get attached.
Or just, it ain't going to work. I would stay in year, 18 months.
He's 11 years out. So when he says that, he actually.
I'm an old guy. Yeah. I'm an OG.
Do you want me to remind you?
No.
Okay.
It's okay.
I think-
Look, I was good. And then I actually asked you. Stop it.
Well, I think for one thing for me too is that like emotionally, I've been so dead.
Oh, yeah.
And so finding an emotional connection, even if it's of my own imagination.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I think too,
powerful.
you're like, everything's going to work. Every single date I go on,
Oh, yeah.
it's going to work.
This would be Mr.
This
Right.
is it.
Yeah.
This is the guy.
I don't know if I feel that way exactly.
In the beginning, did you?
No.
I just wanted someone to say they liked me back.
Yes.
And then it was like the second time I was like, I don't really like him, but he said he liked me back. So now
So what do I do?
I actually, I sobered up and what's that? You know?
All I wanted was someone to go 6-7 rounds and not give up. I'm kidding.
Golf?
Wait a minute.
Your face is
That's
priceless.
A thing.
Golf?
Hello.
1 round. Sweet.
2?
You're like, all right. Give you a little tickle after? What's that?
That's a brand new meaning of 18 holes.
Oh.
Not in one night.
Hole's the same hole.
Oh, well, that's okay, I guess. That's the thing where the next day you're like walking funny. Well, you might not be, but someone else would be.
Okay.
If you're dabbing 18 times in the same hole,
Wow.
she's gonna walk funny.
Yeah.
Isn't one pump?
You're only pumping once. You last in 1 second. Now we have issues. There's a cream for that.
18 separate times.
Yeah.
I'm talking 18 pumps.
Oh well. Dude, you need to work on your game.
Hey.
I thought you meant like,
that's a hey.
Hey, one time. Hey, one time. Hey, one time. One time. One time. I'm not counting pumps. What the fuck? Am I in the wrong league?
I'm just looking at you like, what is happening?
Pumps.
I didn't know it was called that even. I'm like,
hey.
of caramel? What are we talking?
Pump it
There you
up.
go.
Okay. Pump it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Where were we?
We were all over
All
the
playing
place.
a different game, apparently. I don't know. So now you filed. It's official.
Yep.
It's going to set in.
Thank God.
It's going to set. No, your brain is going to be like, tomorrow you're going to be like, I'm moving. You're going to be busy. You're going to be busy. And then
Once
there's going to be
your
next
brain
day, you're
stops.
going to be, I know you're going to unpacking, busy. You're going to do something else, Sunday, busy. Monday's going to come. I might not be as busy. It's going to come where you'll be like,
Yep.
Just know that you have support.
Yeah, call her.
Yeah.
For
I'd be
sure.
like, Lance, open your door. Just let her in.
Here she comes. She's a freak.
Just let her in.
She's crying.
She's coming straight
Ugly
to you.
ass cry. I've had so much ugly crying lately. Oh God.
But I think that's good for the soul.
is
I
therapeutic.
cried in a bar. I was in a bar with my girlfriend. Sobbing.
That's okay.
Okay, so we need I just saw this shirt online, and it says IVOR. It says divorce without the D, and it says looking for the D.
Oh,
Nope.
wow.
By the way, that's a quote I have.
Looking like divorce, just something
for
on
the
your
D.
shirt. So when you're crying, be like, go through divorce. So then you have something that's visual, and people know why you're crying. Because
There you
I've
go.
cried in public too.
Oh, it was
I've cried at a
ugly.
kid's birthday party.
Yeah, it was bad.
They're like, hey, how you doing?
Hopefully it wasn't yours.
No, it wasn't my
Okay,
kid.
okay.
I went to a party. It was the first time that I hadn't gone with my ex because we lived in a little community and birthday parties. Everybody goes and all the parents go. And afterwards, we all go and drink or do something, you know. And it was the first time that I went by myself to this thing where a bunch of couples.
It was something
parents-
new for you.
It's the by myself stuff.
And they're like, hey, how are you doing? And people who didn't know.
Yep.
They're like, how are you? I'm like, terrible. Hi. How are you? I'm the sad girl at the kid birthday
Invite her
party.
again, please. Please invite her.
I'm just gonna go play dodgeball with people, so I feel like throw stuff at people. Yeah. So yeah, it hits you in weird ways, and I think like podcasts and reaching out to people and figuring out ways that other people have been helped, and you did the church thing. When you have all those tools in your wheelhouse, it almost makes it easier to the point where, you're not healing right now. You're just trying to survive.
It's going to be hard, but it does make
And then
it
one
easier.
day you're like, oh, I think I've healed a little. I think I've healed enough to know, like, hey, this is not all on. I don't have to be the only one that's upset. I don't only have to be the one doing everything. I don't only have to be the one, like, surviving.
Let me
and
tell
then,
you,
you know,
though,
you've survived.
After 10 years, there's still things that pull you back in, though. But
Yeah.
not as often as they
good to know.
did when it was fresh.
Yeah, and I think the things that pull me back in are my kids, of course.
Yes.
Like my son didn't talk to me for like 2.5 years. And now he's talking to me and I'm like, I don't know how to do it because when he wasn't talking to me, I was still married. When he stopped talking to me, basically. Now I'm divorced and living this happy life and I'm trying to bring him into it. And it's like, I don't know what to say to him because I've already healed from it. And I feel like he hasn't.
He's
I feel like he shut it off, and it's like now it's every time I was like, oh, well, we're doing this. He's like, I'm not ready. I'm like,
that's okay.
It's been 3 years. Like, and then I'm not going to push him because I don't want to lose him again. And, you know, so it's very, I love you. I mean it. I love you. I mean it. Great job. I'm thinking of you. Very straightforward, like right to the point. And, you know, I can only hope that it gets better, but there's a lot of things that bring you back to today's moment for you. Like, I signed the papers. I initiated this. I started this. I wasn't happy in my marriage enough to say I was done, and affected so many people. And you got to get past, like, it was my mental health that was really the most important.
Yep. And sometimes I'm self-destructing, and that's not okay.
Yeah. And sitting alone in an apartment by yourself, you can call people. You can say, hey, I just need to come over. Can you come over? Or let's meet somewhere. I need to be out. Like, sometimes just sitting in yourself is very healing, but sometimes sitting in yourself is very destructive.
So destructive.
A little bit of both.
Yep. Yeah. And so you do have to have a lifeline. And, you know, if there's one person that you can text or call or, you know, just reach out to say, hey, I'm not doing great today.
Yes. And I've told that to people. Like, I'm going to call you when I'm a shit show.
Yeah. And say, you know, and a lot of times my best support was when I don't know what to say.
Yes.
But just do what you got to.
Mm-hmm. Do what you do.
You know, so.
Let's see if Angela has any parting words, since it will be 20 minutes long if you do it.
I know. Shut it.
Parting words by Angela.
People love my parting words, but I will share them with her.
Okay, so I'm going to give you some of the quotes I've had said to me lately. One of them is that dicks are like tap water. It's everywhere. And here's a better one. If you were to write down all of the things that you love, how long would it take to get to yourself?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. So
you have to come first.
And loving yourself.
Yeah,
not the same.
Love Dick.
Love yourself, Dick.
Okay. Hey, Dick, love yourself.
I thought those were...
And when someone sends you a dick pic, be like, hey, Dick, love yourself.
Yeah. Because that's all you have is
Yeah.
yourself, because you are sending that.
And I don't think when you're new in divorce, you know what self-care really is.
Oh, heck no.
So, like, you know, going to the movie by yourself, going to dinner by yourself, and seeing how you like. Yeah, I don't like it. But I did it to see, like, my comfort level. And, like, you know, if I have to go by myself, I'm not afraid anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of new divorce things are the fear of not knowing, because you've been with someone.
Yes.
Hey, you want to go to the movies? You're generally going to go with somebody. Mm-hmm. Hey, you want to go to dinner? You're going with your spouse. Hey, you know, or your child that's in this marriage with you. And, you know, there's a lot of things that affect the new.
It's almost like you have a new village. Your village gets rearranged.
And then you really learn who's got your back and who doesn't.
Oh, yeah, the ins and outs, baby.
Yeah. I mean...
Just like dating. Cut bait. Friends, too. Friends got to go.
And I think I'm less hurt now by friends that disappoint me. I'm just like, okay, I'm sad for a minute, but then I'm like, I will find a new friend. And not to replace that friend, but I've learned from that whole, you know, season reason.
Well, not entirely after talking to you earlier.
Well, you know...
That's a different story.
Some people...
That's a different story.
Yeah. Some people you just have this heartstring for, and, you know, you're just going to keep going back for it. But, you know, it's all in love, you know. But I think, you know, your experience right out of it, I'm in, like, almost 2 years, and Dave being where
Old
he's
school.
at. If this podcast, like, we've helped you, it can help anybody, you know, and you're not alone out there. Especially now, there's so many people going through divorce, and you're like, a couple friends at work. I'm like, what? You're like, yeah, I'm going divorce. I'm like, oh.
Did you get on the podcast?
I got a podcast. Yeah, yeah, I did. And she wants to do one with, like, divorced people in the military, because it's a whole different. I don't know anything about the military, but there's a military
way of divorcing,
like specifics, like how you have to separate, and how the one spouse who's in the military has to stay at a certain spot, and, like, there's all these rules. Yeah, especially if you're not in your home base, and like, you know, like how the family's taken care of, and how spousal support works, and, you know, it's different times. Like, if you're, you know, depending on how long you've married, how child support and alimony work is way different in the military. Damn. So, and then, you know, working on posts and stuff, you see this close-knit communities, so close that there's a lot of divorces. And they're very young. So she's like, we need, like, a military
panel.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So
we have to do that. All right, everybody. That was what was that? That was 39. Dang.
39 minutes. I mean, I guess
Change.
she did a good job. Good job.
Well,
thanks everybody.
Angela, for coming.
Yeah, you're so
again.
welcome.
We
My
definitely
pleasure.
have her back.
Oh, look for the remote podcast at Angela's new apartment.
Oh yeah. That'd be fun.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
And I already told her about pickleball. So.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Thanks for listening. Have a nice night. Bye bye.
Good night.